Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Satarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yat kripa tamaham bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Vishnu. Okay, Hare Krishna. So anyone remembers what we discussed last class? I think we didn't have class because of Radheshyam Prabhu's program. So last to last class, anyone remembers? No one? You can unmute. Yes, now you can unmute. Increase the volume. Yes, speak.
Discussed about how human software has three things: the mind, intelligence, and the ego.
Very
the mind,
good.
which acts as a hard disk that stores the data. The intelligence is the processor which processes the data stored by the mind, and the ego is the identity which tells us how to behave in a particular manner.
Yeah.
And the coloring of the intelligence based on the experience of the mind is called the vasana.
Yeah, so we talked about mind, intelligence and ego, and we talked about also how the mind gets samskaras and intelligence gets vasanas. What are samskaras? I like this, I don't like this. Okay, all of you have something called I like this, I don't like this. This is called samskaras, right? And vasanas is what? Based on your likes, when you apply your intelligence in a particular way, that is called vasana. For example, I like smoking. Now I will apply my intelligence from where to get the best cigarette. That is called vasanas. You're able to understand? So I like studying. I will apply my intelligence where to get the best book to study. That is called vasana. So we discussed about how the karmic cycle, we say na karma bandhan. Karma bandhan kya hai? Pehla to, as Shruti said, that our intelligence, which is mind and intelligence and ego, forms the software, and that is the processor and the storage device and the functional identity. You remember we discussed about ATM machine and the washing machine based on what the functional identity we have. And then we discussed about karma bandhan. In India, everyone talks about karma bandhan. Now what is karma bandhan is this: samskar, vasana, karma. Karma, samskar, vasana. Karma, samskar, and karma bandhan is not only negative, it is also positive, right? It is also a positive. It's also a positive cycle sometimes, and it's also a negative cycle. It's not necessary that it has to be only negative. It is also positive, both. So samskar, it's not necessary that it has to be negative only. It can be positive samskar also. Like for example, every day you get up and early in the morning, and after some time early in the morning becomes a habit. So your vasanas and samskars become like that. And then all of you remember, we saw the neuroplasticity video, how our brain and is actually a hardware which is programmed by the mind, right? So scientists have found out, and we saw the neuroplasticity video. And then we discussed that mind and intelligence has to be reprogrammed properly. Now it is negatively programmed. Now we have to reprogram it properly, right? So for that, because our actions, you remember we said that how our actions are directed by mind and intelligence. Yes? And based on our mind and intelligence, we are acting just like any robot. Based on the software, the robot works. So similarly, Krishna says that do right karma means action. But right karma can only happen when we have right mind and right intelligence. And for the right mind and right intelligence, from karma yoga, Krishna goes to dhyana yoga and jnana yoga. So today we will be focusing on dhyana yoga, or what Krishna says about the mind. And next 1 or 2 classes will be focusing on intelligence. What Krishna, how to purify the intelligence. You are able to understand how the Bhagavad Gita is designed. So the 6 chapters are designed like this. The first chapter, Arjuna is disturbed. Second chapter, Krishna says about soul, and then karma. Third chapter is our karma, because once you accept your soul, then it is our karma. And once you accept karma, then you have to accept how to do right karma. How the karmas are being done by mind and intelligence. So mind, to purify the mind, it is dhyana yoga. To purify the intelligence, jnana yoga. How many of you remember that? 1 to 6 chapters we discussed last class. First, second, third, fourth. I need to discuss it again? Everyone remembers? First, second, third, fourth, 5, 6, all the 6 chapters, how they are all interconnected. We discussed that. Okay? Is this clear? Okay, Rajiv, yes. You have some question?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, today is the first class I joined.
Okay, so I'll just write down. I'll just write.
Somebody would really help.
Yeah. So the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita talks about Arjuna in stress. Second chapter, Krishna says, come to reality and discusses about soul. Third chapter, now if soul is the reality, we are soul, we are not body, then the next reality says that karma. Why? Because if I am soul, I am not going to die, then I am going to get a next body. What will determine my next body? This body I am getting to stay in 3 BHK flat, and I am soul. So whether I will be able to stay in a 3 BHK flat or not. So that means that's how the third chapter speaks about karma yoga, because once you have understood that you are soul, then karmas are important. Then if karmas has to be done, karmas are done by mind and intelligence. So these are the 2 things that help us to do karma. So if you have to do right karma, you have to have right mind, right intelligence. So for having a right mind, Krishna says in 6th chapter, Dhyana Yoga. For having the right intelligence, Krishna says in the 4th and 5th chapter, Jnana Yoga. Is this clear? This is how the entire 6 chapters are designed in Bhagavad Gita. So you can refer to a book that is written by me called Resonate with Divinity. This book explains the first 6 chapter very nicely, systematically, with the links. How first chapter goes to the second chapter and third chapter and fourth and fifth, sixth. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Now today we will see about the Dhyana Yoga. Especially we'll see about the mind, how the mind works. Like last time already we have seen these 2 things. The brain is the hardware and the mind is the software. So how to program the mind properly? Now the first question is mind good or bad? You see, this is an analogy given here about a knife. Now can you say knife good or bad? Knife is neither good nor bad. If knife is in the hand of a thief, the thief will use the knife in wrong way. If knife is in the hand of a surgeon, the knife will be used in a right way. Money is good or bad? Money is neutral. Property is good or bad? Property is neutral. Knowledge is good or bad? Knowledge is neutral. Technology is good or bad? Technology is neutral. So mind is not the problem. So sometimes when you face problems in life, immediately we'll say, मेरा मन ही ऐसा है, My mind is like this. Immediately we dump the situation on the mind only. My mind is like that. No, don't tell like that. So first Krishna is telling this wonderful verse that all of you should really understand very nicely. Mind is both friend and enemy. Just like technology is both friend and enemy. Social media is both friend and enemy. Internet is both friend and enemy. Okay, based on how we utilize it. Okay, Krishna is telling this. So one person will recite after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo. Yeah, go ahead.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay. Bandhur Atmatmanastasya.
Bandhur Atmatmanastasya.
Yenat Maivatmana Jitaha.
Yenat Mavatmana Jitta.
Anat Manas Tu Satrutve.
Anat Manastu Sattvatve.
Bartitat Maiva Satruvat.
Vartitat Meva Shatruvat.
Simple. Lot of Atma is used in this verse. Okay, we will explain. Bandhur. Bandhur matlab friend. Atmat manastasya. Atma manastasya. If the mind so we are soul. Atmat manas matlab the soul is controlling the mind. We are controlling the mind. Bandhur atmat. Then if the soul controls the mind, then the mind, Krishna is telling, is bandhur, friend. Jitaha. Krishna is telling, if the soul is controlling the mind, soul is victorious over the mind, then the mind becomes one's friend. Anatmanas, anatmanas matlab vartitat. If it is ulta, ulta means what? Opposite. If it is opposite, means the mind is controlling the soul, then the mind becomes enemy, satruvat. So whether we are controlling the mind or the mind is controlling us is based on whether mind is our friend and enemy. So Krishna says about Dhyan Yoga. So Dhyan Yoga is basically making, not making is not a right word, empowering soul to control mind. Okay. So what is Dhyan Yoga? What Krishna is telling is that how to empower the soul to control the mind so that the mind becomes friend. This is basically Krishna, how Krishna explains the sixth chapter. This is sixth chapter. You see, this is the verse is sixth chapter, 6.6. The verse that is being quoted here, what just now we recited, is 6.6. Okay. Now, before trying to control something, if I tell that you control my mobile or take charge of my mobile, so what is the first thing you will ask, or what is the first thing you will do research? Anyone? If I ask someone control my mobile.
Prabhuji, password. What is the password?
Very good. What is the password? Good, good. What is the password? What else? What else? Good. All of you are intelligent. What is the password next? Or kya?
we give complete access to the data, like
Okay, what is data? कैसे काम करता है? Will you not ask the mechanism? Okay, how it works? I need to the model and the manual. कैसे काम करता है? क्या करता है? क्या नहीं करता है? All these things. So Krishna first explains. We need to understand. So if you want to control mind, first we need to understand how mind works. And then we will make the mind work. So first we need to learn how the mind works, and then we can make the mind work for us. Otherwise, sometimes mind works against us. Right? So most of the time, mind doesn't work for us, it works against us. So we have to cross this and we have to make the mind work for us. But before that, first we need to understand कैसे मन काम करता है. Okay. And we see all these problems of lack of confidence, loss of trust, madness, diseases, depression, stress, hypertension, determination. All these are problems of uncontrolled mind. How the mind, when it is uncontrolled, creates all these problems. Okay, now we will see a simple clip about how the uncontrolled mind traps us. Okay. Now, in my childhood, my Tauji, my father's elder brother, used to call me Bandar. Bandar hai. And I used to wonder why my Tauji is telling me Bandar. Then later on, when I started giving Bhagavad Gita class, one time I came across this small clip. I'll show you now. It has a blurred video, but it tells you why the mind is Bandar. Okay? Okay. You will not see hear the video. You will only see the visuals. The visuals itself is sufficient. Okay. So this man, I will tell you, this man is trying to find out water. Now, how to find out water in a desert? So this video says that the monkeys have secret source. They know where is water. But the monkeys are so cunning, they will not tell you where is the water source, because they are concerned that if so many people come to know, then they will drink all the water. So this tribal person, he knows how to make the monkey drink the water. So you see what he is doing now. Very interesting. So he makes a hole in an ant hill. And then there is a baboon monkey, very curious what is happening. He puts some melon seeds and some nuts, ground nuts or whatever, in the hole. And now the monkey, the curious monkey mind. So the monkey is looking here, looking there, and then finally he cannot keep up his curiosity, and this person is hiding behind. Now slowly the monkey is coming. The monkey came. Oh, now the monkey is seeing the hole. And then the monkey kept, now you are able to see, the monkey put his hand. You are able to see? Now the monkey is caught. Hare Krishna. Now you see, simple. It is very simple. Nah? If you are able to enter the hand, you can take out the hand also. But can anyone say why the monkey, though the monkey was able to put his hand inside, why the monkey was not able to take out the hand?
It was not released in the brains. It kept like this.
So this is how uncontrolled mind works. It makes us get into a problem, but then we cannot come out of our problem. Then we are caught. We are trapped, right? So how many of us, like we have so much of experience of getting trapped by the mind. When you enter it, it looks very glamorous, and then we are trapped. I'll show you another video. How do I sew? Okay. Close this. Just I'll search it out. Oh. No, this is not the video. Okay, I think I'll get it in my Google Drive. Okay, I'm just opening my Google Drive. I'll show you that video. That's also a very interesting video. Corporate. I saw it in company seminars. Okay. Not here. Krishna, Krishna. Yeah, dekho, this video. Okay, it has started. So this also doesn't have any sound. Okay, see this video. I don't know how many of you have seen this video. So this person gets a Xerox of a black circle like this, which is like a black hole. But then there was nothing kept for Xerox. Something came just out of its own. Okay, Nippon, please mute. तिजोरी से पैसा निकाल लिया. Radhe Radhe. So in this way, our mind works. That how many of you understood the clip? Who understood the clip? Can one give an explanation what happened in the clip? Yes, Vikas, he is raising his hand. You are raising your hand? Okay, Subhrojit, please tell what you understood from the clip.
I think that's kind of greed which went in him, and he thought of going to take more and more. The greed over poverty. And what he said is, when the mind starts controlling the soul, then probably it becomes the enemy.
So it becomes an enemy, and finally the mind, the soul is caught. Just like the man is caught inside the tijori only, the soul is completely caught. Like I have met criminals, murderers, and these murderers have told कि स्वामी जी पता नहीं क्या हावी हो गया. How many of you have heard this word? हावी हो जाता है, right? हावी हो गया है ना. This is a Hindi word. हावी हो गया, कुछ तो मन हावी हो गया. So this is what Krishna is telling. मन हावी हो गया मतलब क्या है? Soul should control the mind. Mind controls the soul. So the first thing mind does that we should understand is the mind magnifies the problems. The problem may be small, but the mind will magnify the problem. How many of you have seen that? Imagine person A speaks some harsh words to you. Okay? So person A speaks some harsh words and goes away. And then it goes in your mind. Then immediately you start thinking, oh, the person A is like this, he doesn't like me, and actually he is like this only, and he will do something. And then whole night you are thinking about person A and what all things, and you are trying to connect so many other incidents to this incident. कि आई थिंक ऐसे होगा, शायद ऐसे हुआ होगा, शायद ऐसे हुआ होगा, पहले भी ऐसे ही किया था, शायद there is some conspiracy going on. So in this way, mind magnifies a small problem by creating lot of connections. Because lot of data is there, na? So the natural result is trying to connect different data and make a story out of it. So the mind is expert in making different stories out of what data it gets. Some person behaves in some way, particular way, then you start making a story out of that, and then you start branding the person, and then you start labeling the person. So the mind is expert in making stories. I'll show you another clip. Yes, you saw that clip? How the mind magnifies the problem. Okay. Yes. So this person is trying to meditate. Sometimes we also get disturbed by our problems like this. Then the problems become two. Then you cut two problems. And then the problem becomes four. And in this way, these flies are basically thoughts that are coming in your mind. You cut one thought, then 10 thoughts come, and like this, then the whole area becomes full of thoughts. Now you see what this person will do. every fly as a flower, as an opportunity for growth. And then he again meditates. And slowly all the flies will become flowers. So in this way, life will have flies. Definitely there will be problems, but either you can multiply it, just like in this video it shows, into more flies, or you can convert them to flowers based on how you deal with your mind. Mind's nature is, if mind gets one fly, it will multiply it to number of flies. It will increase the number of flies. Okay. So, life determines problems, mind determines its size. So, all of you repeat. Life determines problem and mind determines its size. Now we'll come to some solutions. How to solve the problem of the mind. Mind's nature is that the mind's whole system is designed in such a way that it will expand. It will expand the problem. Okay. So how to control the mind? And pacify the mind. So we will see first how to pacify the mind. Second, we will see how to protect the mind. And third, we will see how to purify the mind. So we will see in 3 orders. Okay. So imagine I will give an analogy so that you understand what it is. Imagine you get a disease. What is the first thing? Imagine your hand is broken. Your hand is broken. What is the first thing the doctor will give? Imagine you go with a swollen hand, broken hand. Can anyone say what is the first thing the doctor will do? Hey?
Maybe asked to give an X-ray or plaster the hand.
Okay, X-ray. Okay, X-ray. That's okay. X-ray. None of you got broken hand? Huh? None of you broken?
Sir, the doctor will ask, how do you got this thing? How do you get that?
Okay, take it. The doctor is not a philosopher. What the doctor? Painkiller. Who said painkiller? Devashri. Very good. One clap of hand for. Did you go through a broken hand? You broke anything? Did you break anything? No. So no, without that you have known it. So as soon as you go to a doctor with a swollen hand, first thing the doctor will do is give a painkiller, and that painkiller is like pacification of mind. Now I am comparing with a body disease and a mental disease. समझ में आ रहा ना? Body disease में तो ऐसे verses लेना, body disease and mind disease. How many of you are able to understand mind disease? How many of you can tell some examples of mental disease? Okay, let me see. Depression. Okay, what else?
Stress, anxiety.
Anxiety, overthinking. How many of you know overthinking? And procrastination. How many of you know procrastination? कल कर लेंगे, कल कर लेंगे, कल कर लेंगे. And then pile up होता है, pile up होता है, pile up इतना बढ़ जाता है, फिर कर ही नहीं पाता है वो. Right? These are all mental habits and diseases that trouble us. So in body disease, first what the doctor does is give a painkiller. So similarly, we have to also understand when mind gets affected, we also need a painkiller, which is called the pacification, which we will discuss. What second thing the doctor will do? Will give you a medicine, right? And then we will see how to protect the mind. And then the doctor will give immunity boosters. So that further you will not get affected by disease. You are able to understand what is immunity? So that is called purifying the mind. So we will see today these three things that will help us to take care of our mind nicely. First, pacify. Okay. So how to pacify the mind? The first thing we need to do is write. Start writing. Now what happens? It looks very simple, right? क्या लिखने से क्या होगा? So whenever the mind is disturbed, Krishna has created a system. Krishna has created a system of hierarchy. So what is the hierarchy? Can anyone tell what was the hierarchy we discussed about? Chariot, one chariot body analogy we discussed. You know, can anyone say about what is the hierarchy we discussed last time? Of the
soul is the passenger.
Okay, नीचे से चालू करो, नीचे से चालू करो. This is the body is the chariot. Okay. Then mind is above the body. Mind controls the body. Then intelligence controls the mind. Then soul controls the intelligence that we discussed. So now when mind is disturbed, it takes charge of the entire body. So writing all your disturbances, whatever disturbances you have, you start writing down. Then immediately by writing down, your intelligence gets activated. Imagine you are going through depression, or imagine someone said to you, imagine you are going through a job loss, financial loss, whatever it is, any mental disturbances you are going through, the first thing you should do is that start writing down whatever your mind is telling. You will see immediately the mind will get pacified because your intelligence will get activated. Now, how you have to write down? You have to make a credit, debit list. Okay, there are some problems that I am facing. You write down all the problems. And you start writing down all the possibilities, all the good things that you have been getting. And you start writing down. So in this way, by writing down, immediately the mind will pacify and try to take out the consciousness from the problem to all good things you have in life. Because generally what happens, एक problem होता है तो वो problem mind इतना बड़ा कर देता है, the mind makes it so big, so big, so big. The good things that you are going through in life gets hidden out. By writing down, so the mind becomes more empowered, to the mind gets pacified because the intelligence is given more charge, right? This is the first thing. Second thing is, use a planner or a calendar. Give the water bottle. So I always give this example. You see, this is water bottle, Sanatan's water bottle. This is 1 liter bottle. And imagine I hold this water bottle like this. What will happen? Am I doing anything? But my hand will get pain, right? Already started paining. So in 5 minutes, my hand will start paining. So in this way, just like body, I am not doing anything, just holding the water bottle and my body is paining. Similarly, by holding different thoughts, our mind is holding lot of thoughts. मैं मंडे ये करूंगा, ट्यूसडे ये करूंगा, वेडनेसडे ये करूंगा, थर्सडे ये करूंगा, इसको इधर कर लूंगा, उसको उधर कर लूंगा. Holding all these thoughts also exhausts the mind. And what happens? Mind, instead of implementation, so implementation doesn't happen, only contemplation happens. And the mind gets exhausted holding things. So by using a planner, so using a planner means putting this, oh, this is not visible, putting this down on my table. And जैसे ही ये bottle table पे आ जाता है, मेरा hand gets relaxed. So the second thing is that, see, this is something which I have given in many companies, seminars, and I have asked the employees to do it. And they have, when next time I had gone for seminar, they said कि स्वामी जी वो बहुत help किया था. This is a time proven 80% of your mental problems will go away just by these two things: writing down all your disturbances and also writing down all the credits that you have got in your life, and using a planner, of using a calendar. Like the first thing you write down, okay, ठीक है, इसको मैं Monday करूँगा, इसको मैं Tuesday करूँगा. Like my life is so busy, but every day morning I get up and I see, okay, आज इतना सारा है. It's in Google Calendar, and that Google Calendar helps my mind to remain pacified because I know everything what I have to do in what time. So planning helps the mind to immediately pacify, and writing down pacifies the mind. Okay, these are the two ways we can immediately pacify the mind: to write down, right, and to use a planner. Now next question is about protection. Okay, I'll take an example. Okay, Shruti. I'll take a volunteer for this. Shruti, you are the volunteer. Okay. So, Shruti, you stay where?
Prabhuji, Dhanbad, Jharkhand.
Okay, Dhanbad. So, are there any nearby some locality, just your houses nearby, 3-story building, 4-story building?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Very
I myself stay in a 5-story building.
Very good, very good, very good. That's good. So imagine, Shruti, so you had gone to college and you came back to from college, and you realized that when you came back, so many people were surrounding and there was so much of talk, so many people are talking, and you asked what happened. So one one girl said, you know, one lady committed suicide just two buildings away. You just heard and you also felt bad and everything. And then what happened? In the evening, some call came, and your grandmother in the village got some problem, some stomach ache or something, and grandmother is calling your father, mother, everyone went away. and you are alone in the night. And you know this is monsoon season, and what happens is monsoon season, any rain comes. So there was a thunderstorm in the night and power went away. And you are alone in the home, power went away, and there is jip, 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 baris, drizzling. And then you are trying to sleep, but then you hear a sound. And you get up and the sound is gone. And again you are trying to sleep. And you get up and again the sound has gone. And then again you're trying to sleep and again the sound came. And then you just peeped in from the window and you saw on the road at 1 o'clock in the night a lady completely in white walking with legs in ulta direction, in opposite direction. Now, Shruti, what will happen to you at that time?
Prabhuji, I'll get terrified at some other level.
Okay.
Already I'm very like I cannot process anything that time. मतलब उस time पे मेरे दिमाग में नहीं चलेगा. I'll just.
Okay, so you will get terrified. Now, what happens when you get terrified? What are the bodily changes that happens when you get terrified?
I'll start trembling.
You will start
Shivering.
trembling, shivering. What else? Yes.
And I think I'll start sweating as well.
You will start sweating. Very good. Like that also. Breathing. Yes. So you need to understand. Now that was hypothetical. Okay. So this is an example. So our body is designed in a particular way. This is body. This is mind. So mind is the software. Body is the hardware. That's what we read. But then the software and the hardware have to be connected. Because you see, Shruti is becoming fearful. Where? Where Shruti is becoming fearful? Where?
Mind.
Mind. But changes are happening where? Changes are happening where? Body is sweating. Body is trembling. So that means if mind is becoming terrified or afraid or some emotions are coming in our mind, body is having some external changes or behavioral changes. That means the mind and body has to be connected somehow. Correct? Otherwise, it's not possible. Like for example, give me a wire, mobile charging wire. Give your mobile. Okay, give the wire, charging wire, like USB. Now this is the mobile. It has a Type-C charging. Okay. Now, can I charge it like this? I cannot charge. I need a wire that will connect Type-C. Okay, you see this, he's given a Type-C. So I need a wire that will connect the Type-C, and then this USB port I can connect to the computer. Then the computer will charge. But if I take this mobile near the computer, unless the computer has wireless charging and this is wirelessly charged, so it will not charge. It needs an interface to connect to the computer to have charging. Yes, this is clear. So just like we need an interface to connect two types of things, the mind and body also has something called an interface or a connecting cord which connects the mind to the body, and they are like wirings, just like I showed you. So they are like wirings that connect the mind to the body, and these wirings are called pranas. Pranic wirings. How many of you have heard pranic healing? or pranic wearing. So these pranas are basically wares made of air channels or nadis. They are called nadi. Like, you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, he touches somewhere here and he is able to understand what is happening in your body and what is happening in your mind. Okay. So this is called nadi. Okay. Nadis are basically air wiring that connects the mind to the body. Okay. So there are 5 types of wirings that connect the mind to 5 activities of the body. So body has 5 activities and the mind connects the 5 wirings, say it connects to 5 activities of the mind. The first is the body has breathing. So the mind connects to the breathing activity through prana. The name of the prana is prana itself. The second one is excretion. Number 1, number 2, and sweating. So that is called apana. Apana nadi, apana channels. Then the third one is samana. Third one is digestion. The body has a digestion system and it is connected through samana prana to the mind. And the fourth one is pressure. It maintains a blood pressure, temperature. You see, the body maintains a particular temperature. The body maintains a particular pressure, right? So that is blood pressure. Blood pressure, temperature and everything, all these things. Dhyana. And the fifth one is speech. The body communicates with others. The brain functions, the sensory functions, the neural functions. So speech and the neural functions, they are controlled by udana. So these are 5 pranas which connect the mind with the body, with the 5 different systems of the body. Shruti got disturbed, and now why Shruti started sweating? Can anyone say which prana would have got disturbed? That's why Shruti is sweating. Apana, very good. Apana. The second one, apana. Apana is about excretion. Excretion means anything goes out of our body. Sometimes some people become afraid and take anxiety and stress, and they have digestion problems or acidity, hyperacidity. So which prana has got affected? Saman, very good. Some people have anxieties and their blood pressure increases. You have seen that, right? Which the Vyana Vayu has got disturbed. Some, like one of my cousin's sister, when my Mausaji passed away and the news came, and the cousin sister, she did a sound like this and she fell behind only. She just fell like this, and for 2 days she was not speaking. So which prana has got affected? Udana, very good. So now you are able to understand. So these 5 pranas activate and control the mind controls the body through these 5 pranas, the 5 systems of the body. Now, when there is any wearing, whenever there is any wearing, it will have cross junctions. Cross junctions, samajhte hai na? 2 wires will go. So whenever there will be cross junctions, there will be junctions, and these junctions are called chakras. Okay, now I am explaining to you all these terminologies which you have already heard. Chakra kya hota hai? Chakra is not rocket science, Actually, the meditation people, they have made it very rocket science. This is very simplistic science. Chakra is basically आपकी घर में जो इलेक्ट्रिक वायरिंग है, आपने देखा होगा बीच बीच में एक सर्कल रहता है, नोड रहता है, इसको बोलते हैं नोड, where there is junction. Chakra is basically जैसे हावड़ा जंक्शन or there is a Chennai junction, New Delhi junction. Chakra is basically a junction of all these pranas. And then there are more than 100 chakras within our body. So there are main 6 and 7 chakras, which is called the Manipura chakra, the Mooladhara chakra, right? So these are the main 6 chakras, which are the main junction. And from where all other pranic junctions are there. There are other junctions in other part of the body, but then here that the main in this line, all the main 6 chakras are there. The Manipura chakra, and then the Mooladhara chakra is the base chakra, like that. So now I'll tell you. So Shruti's mind got disturbed, and that's how her prana got disturbed, and that's how the body got disturbed. Correct?
Yes.
So when the mind gets disturbed, then it disturbs the prana and it disturbs the body. So the prana is basically the intermediate. You are able to understand? It's the intermediate between the body and mind. So if I take care of the prana, if I control the prana, because it is intermediate, that will result in controlling the body and also controlling the mind, because I am controlling prana. And this way to control the prana so that the mind and body are controlled is called pranayama. Prana means these 5 pranas, which are the interfaces. Ayama means controlled or regulation. So Shruti's mind disturbed the prana, disturbed the body. So if Shruti's prana is controlled, then it will protect the mind and protect the body. And that's how pranayam is a very traditional way of actually pacifying, protecting the mind, right? Like you can also take an example. Imagine you are very, very disturbed, very, very tensed, and lot of anxiety is happening. Just do Anulom Vilom for 5-10 minutes. Just breathing. Immediately you will see the mind will get relaxed. This is how the pranayam works. This is whole science behind pranayam. Prana is basically the intermediate between the mind and the body. But the problem of pranayam and the problem of this writing down everything is the mind, both of them, both pranayam and this thing, they can pacify the mind, they can protect the mind, but they will not purify the mind. Mind will again get disturbed. So next class, because already it's late, we'll discuss next how to purify the mind, because they are not like medicines. They are like, stopgap solutions. Pranayam is a stopgap solution and writing down is a stopgap solution. Today you wrote down, 2-3 days mind will be peaceful. After 3 days again the mind will disturb. Again you have to write down. Similarly, today you did pranayam and then for 2-3 days the mind will be pacified and everything. Again you have to do pranayam. You have to continuously do it. So the mind will not get purified with all these things, though these things are required. Painkiller is required, correct? But painkiller is not medicine. So the medicine we will see next class is already 12 o'clock. How the mind, how the mantra, how the chanting is actually the medicine. We will see elaborately how the medicine works and what is the science behind the medicines. Okay, anyone has any question? Is everyone clear about this, at least the example and what is pranayam, how writing down helps? Okay, so we discussed about in controlling the mind, we discussed about pacifying the mind, we discussed about protecting the mind, and next class we'll discuss about purifying the mind, which is exactly like the medicine, which will help us to get purified. Okay, yes, Rishita has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, how to distinguish whether we are being controlled by our mind, intelligence, or we are being controlled by our soul?
Very simple, very simple. You can distinguish it by understanding your efficiency. What is efficiency? Efficiency has a symbol called N, eta, huh?
Yes.
Eta?
Yes. Either.
Yeah. So work, what? Input divided by work, output, like that?
Yes.
Yes. So in that way, how to understand we are controlled by mind or controlling the mind, we find out our efficiency, right? हमने इनपुट कितना दिया एंड आउटपुट कितना निकल रहा है. इनपुट दिया 50 यूनिट्स एंड आउटपुट निकला 10 यूनिट्स. Oh, that is ulta. This is ulta. So 10 by 50 is 20%, correct? Into 100. Yeah. So 20% is our efficiency. So imagine we are working for 2 hours and nothing is happening in that 2 hours. Then we can understand we are not controlling our mind. Mind is only controlling us. Our mind is going here and there, here and there. So this is one thing. By efficiency, we can understand whether we are controlling mind or not. Second, like I can tell you how actually in first year, I'll tell you. This is a very nice example. In the first year of IIT, I used to always, from childhood, I used to be recording everything. You know, how much hours I studied. In first year of IIT, I used to study almost like 40 hours in a week. And I was topper. And in second year, I used to study something around 20 hours. And I was still topper. By third year, I used to study 5 days before exam. That's it. And I was still topper. And all three years, I have seen how my efficiency has grown just because of chanting. Mind becomes very clear, intelligence becomes very clear. Just I could see how I was in my first year and how now I am, right? Now if someone tells me something, immediately my mind is very clear. So you can see also in your efficiency increasing yourself by the power of the chanting of the mantras, right? And following all these things. Now the second thing that we can see is that living in the present. Or focus. By this we can understand whether mind is controlling us or we are controlling the mind. Right now you are attending seminar, but your mind has gone, kab khatam karega, bol to diya. You know, so your mind is not focused in the seminar, right? That means your mind is controlling us. Similarly, you are studying, you are thinking of movie. You are watching a movie, you are thinking about studies. So more and more your focus is increasing, more and more you will understand you are controlling your mind and mind is not controlling you. Okay, so in these two ways you can understand. One is efficiency, second is focus.
Okay.
Yes, anyone else? And I have seen my focus also has increased so much. Previously when I used to sit and study something, then my mind will hover around so much here and there and all. Now I study and just focused. Whatever I am doing, I am focused, right? Like sometimes some people give me some poster or some things, Prabhuji, how it is. So immediately I'll find some faults, I'll find some feedbacks. Hey, dekho, idhar chut gaya. And then people say, कि Prabhuji, मेरे को क्यों नहीं दिखाई देता है? I say that, अरे, your mind is blood. You are understanding? Blurred mind. So mind is blurred. When mind is blurred, then you cannot focus. Okay, yes. Preeti has a question.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, why mind, which is very powerful, is not under our control? Like my digestion, breathing, तो सब कुछ automatically हो जाता है ना? It's not under our control. Then why is not mind के साथ ऐसे क्यों है?
I don't understand the question.
No. My question is, breathing, digestion, तो हम control नहीं करते, right?
Yes.
That's still working fine.
Yes.
But why this mind we have?
No, it's not working fine. You have got accustomed to what it is working.
Oh.
It's not working fine. Nowadays, I see people are not even able to digest gluten. So how it is working fine? Or why gluten-free has come? My father can digest many things which many kids cannot digest nowadays. Right? थोड़ा सा खाने से acidity हो जाता है, ये हो जाता है. How can you tell that the digestion is working fine? It's all because of the body is not working fine. Mind is not working fine. But because we are accustomed to that unfine working, we are thinking this is normal.
Okay.
You are understanding?
Yeah.
So nothing is working fine now.
Okay, when God has given us mind, which is very powerful, so that we can do whatever we want, why it is not under our control in first place?
No, God has given you mind, just like we have got this AC. So I have got AC of Daikin. So Daikin has given me the AC, and Daikin also has given me the remote control to control the AC. But I will put the remote control in my wardrobe, and I will look at the Daikin and say, सही हो जाओ, 28, 28, 28, and वो तो 24 में ही रहेगा.
Got it.
So God has given us the mind. God has also given us the remote to control mind. That is the mantra.
Okay.
But we don't chant mantras. We don't take out time for mantra. We don't take out time for pranayam. We don't take out time for meditation. And we'll shout, why my mind is like this? God will say, Arey, Murkh, remote pakad. Use the remote. You're understanding?
Yes.
I tell people that you take out some time for meditation, chant Hare Krishna. Then they don't take out. And then they'll shout when problems will come, or why God is giving problem. And God is not giving problem. You have invited problems in your life.
Okay.
So just like any manufacturer will create a machine and will also create methods to control the machine, to take care of the machine. So God also has given us a mind which is powerful, but He has also given mantra to take care of the mind. But if you don't take the medicine, don't chant the mantra, then kya Bhagwan karega bichara? You don't take, teacher is telling you do like this, you study like this, you don't study, then you fail. You blame the teacher or you blame yourself. Like that.
Blame myself.
Yes.
Yeah, got it.
All
Thank
the
you.
best. Yes. Anyone else?
Prabhuji, how many rounds of chanting you used to do when you were in college?
Oh, when I was in college in the first year, I used to chant first semester I used to chant for 2 rounds. And in the second semester of first year, I started chanting 8 rounds. And by the end of the second semester, I started chanting 16 rounds. And 2006, Ram Navami, I started chanting 16 rounds. That's about 2 hours in a day, right? That means almost about less than 10% of your day, you take care of your mind, right? So like that. But then I didn't jump directly to chanting of meditation of 2 hours. Initially, I used to do for 15 minutes in a day, and slowly put it in track and chant 16 rounds. And I'll last almost like now 20 years. I have been chanting 16 rounds, and I can see that how there is so much of clarity, there is so much of serenity, right? You don't get disturbed, and you can live in the present. Your focus has increased. So I feel that it is worth it to give from 24 hours 2 hours so that your 22 hours are peaceful, right? It is worth it. It is worth it. If you want 22 hours to be peaceful, productive, positive, right? What is the problem in giving 2 hours? People don't give the 2 hours. then their entire 24 hours is unproductive. So, and they're so disturbed. And even if they're productive, they're not positive. Even if they're productive and positive, they don't have peace in their life. So in that way, I saw that it has a lot of effect. But we cannot do it immediately. We do it organically. Just like a weightlifter. 1 kilo pehle uthata hai, फिर 2 kilo, 3 kilo, like that. Okay? Yes, Rajiv.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a basic question. Like in the recent times, like whatever so many accidents, like if I consider the Air India plane crash and all kind of negative news, that creates a huge impact in my mind. I mean, that why is all this happening? So how do I respond to this kind of news? Even though I want to avoid it. Like a lot of people in my family or extended family, I hear the news of death, many of them. So such kind of news at times batters me a lot. That
so if it is a bad news, it should create emotions of see, if it is a bad news, it should create, say imagine Air India crash is there, I should not laugh. People tell me I am mad person or what. So if we hear about Air India crash, so immediately we should have feelings of remorse, feelings of prayer, feelings of doing something or what has happened. So feeling bad when something we hear about bad news is nothing wrong. But getting overpowered by the bad, that is what is wrong. Right? Imagine I hear that okay, Air India crash ho gaya, Pahalgam attack ho gaya. I should feel bad. The way they did in Pahalgam, you should not just feel bad, you should feel angry. Yeah, how can someone do like this? Killing the husbands and making the wives widows and purposefully doing it. And the wives are pleading, kill us also. And this is like horrifying. So it's not that when we are doing meditation or taking care of our mind will not get affected and it will become like a stone. Meditation will not make you stone. We should understand, if we hear about any bad news or anything, we are supposed to feel bad. And there is nothing abnormal in feeling bad, feeling angry. But what is abnormal is getting swayed away by it, getting affected by it. Okay, the bad news has come. How I can transform the bad into good? What I can do something good in it. Someone has passed away in someone's house. Okay, it is a reality. Someone has to pass away. Death is a reality. But how do you utilize that reality in creating something good in someone's life? What's the point in just crying? Let me do something. Let me help. So a mind which is controlled, which is protected, feels bad. It's not that, like when I heard, I am not at all in news. So my news is our devotees only who call, hey Prabhuji, this happened. I said, what happened? When I heard it, my goodness, it was like, how can someone do it? Similarly, when the Delhi case happened many years before, that Nirbhay case, right? You remember? So my sister had called. I was not knowing anything. I have not seen news from last 20 years. I'm not at all in, my news source is all these, my friends or devotees or whoever calls. My sister called. My sister explained. I said, my goodness, how can someone do like this? It's gruesome. So it's not that by chanting, by doing meditation, by learning all these tips and tricks, what I am telling you, all of you, your mind will become like a stone. It's not, you will not become indifferent. Rather, you will become more concerned. So when you do meditation, you become more concerned about the society. Okay, what is happening? But you don't get affected by the problems of society. Rather, you act positively, trying to create some change. Right? Okay? Like when I heard from my sister Then that time I was like, when it happened, 2012, 13, like that, I think 12. So when I heard, and then my sister said, "Arey, you are a monk, so you should do something." You said, I said, okay, I'll create some awareness and all. So in our group, in our spiritual group, what we have, so much of empowerment I give to the ladies, and protection of the ladies, empowerment of the ladies. So this is called, okay, you hear a situation, you hear something, and then you try to do something positively in your influence. Okay, I am not Prime Minister, I am not President of America, but I am, okay, spiritual leader having some followers or something. In my circle of influence, let me do what positive I can. You're understanding? What did you understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So we have certain our influence, in our circle of influence, we try to do something positive when we hear something negative, right? But we must feel bad, and meditation will not make us hard-hearted. I have seen some spiritualists, after hearing karma, someone's husband passed away. You cannot go and tell him, "Arey, your karma was there." This is hard-heartedness. You are understanding? तुम्हारा कर्म ही ऐसा था, कुछ तो किसी को मारा होगा तुमने पिछले जन्म में. I have seen people talking like this to ladies who have become widows at the age of 30, at the age of 28. They lost their husbands, and then the people, spiritualists, going and telling them, अरे तुम्हारा कर्मा है, कुछ तो किया होगा, तुम तो ये है वो है, you have done something. This is, karma is not to be applied like this. Spirituality, meditation and karma is not to make us hard-hearted, it is to make us soft-hearted. So that's why I always say, spirituality will make your mind strong and your heart soft. Right now what it is? Ulta. Mind is soft and heart is very hard. This is our situation right now, but spirituality will make us a strong mind and a soft heart. Okay? Is this clear? We'll end here. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Okay? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.